Good evening. We are live at the Sheraton Tower Hotel in Braintree with none other than the legendary maestro Richie on Christmas Day. So to begin, Merry Christmas, Richie.
Merry Christmas to you too.
It's nice having you here.
I'm happy, very happy, delighted.
Okay. Well, I interviewed today for the Haitian music industry. We are doing a new segment. It's called Wisdom for Young Artists. And we thought there's no one that could answer these questions better than you, being in the music industry for so long. Are you ready for our first question?
Well, I'm down.
Okay.
I'm down.
So tell us about yourself.
Well, Richie's a Haitian guy. God bless him with some talent. And he decides to share it with the world, with people, with his fellow musicians. It's nothing big about Richie. It's just that.
What was your favorite band growing up?
God, I had quite a few. I had both Americans and Haitians. I used to be crazy over, still I am, over a band like Magnum Band, like Caribbean Sextet, Skasha, Taboo, Combo, and I grew up in Cape Haitian, you know, between Septon, Trional, and Tropicana. So I had a crush for Chuck Mangione, a band, and I used to love that drummer. His name is Steve Gadd. He used to play with Chico Ea. And I grew up listening to a bunch of different styles, and they grew in me and kind of have a lot of effect on how I play or write or do whatever I do. It's like I learn a lot from each and every artist I could listen to, growing up, that is.
Who was your favorite player in that band?
I used to love music in general, so I would listen to the whole thing and try to emulate, try to learn the tracks by heart. And the drums are the last tracks I'll be listening to. And till now, I know most of the Haitian songs by heart. But I used to love all the drummers, but I had to have some favorites, you know. So Tico Pasquet was one of my favorites. I can talk about Alex Larac. He used to be the late great Alex Larac, I can say. Père Sonam used to play with Caribbean Sextet. He's the brother of Toto Larac, Fritz Larac. So you have drummers like Hermano, like Arsène Apollon, like Ernst Apollon, and drummers like Marco Ciceron, and drummer like Joe Widmeyer, you know, that guy, he has done a number on me, and Tuko Buzi. Yeah, just to give you a few, Almando Kestlin, I love more. Edner Koulout from DP Express, Mario De Volsi. It's like, man, I'm talking about Haitians. So if I go to American, I'll be talking about Dave Reckel, I'll be talking about Dennis Chambers, Vinny Caliuta. Prince is a drummer as well. You know, guys like Zorro. It's like, I could go on and on. It's a huge list.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Who was your mentor?
Mentor, you know, a lot of people were without even knowing it. You know, guys like Uli Pierre, like Parisien Fils Aimé, Willy Pierre is the leader for Septembre. Parisien Fils Aimé from Tropicana. Tiblan from Tropicana. Guys like Dado Pasquet, Tico Pasquet, André Desjans, et Ralph Bonsi, et Manu Chalmay, Bito Vaoba for their writing. It's like I don't really like, you know, saying names because you get to forget the most important ones. But I think I covered pretty much the basis on the names today.
Who would you compare yourself with in the Haitian music industry?
Might sound kind of cocky, but I would compare myself to myself, with myself.
Wow.
Because I try to be myself. I try to be my own person, doing my own thing. You know, I don't like to be compared. You know, it's you like it or you don't like it. But people will always try to compare. That's the nature of the business. But I do my own thing. I try to be my own self.
Tell me 3 factors that a young musician should know starting with in the Haitian music industry.
Discipline. When I talk about discipline, I talk about timing, punctuality, and I talk about depending on what instrument you play, you have to be like a musician, to feel like a musician. Whatever you play will play a certain role in the music. So you have to pay attention to what other people are doing, because the music is a blend of all the instruments together. You want to pay attention. You have to keep your eye and your ear open. You know, and you have to take well criticism. You know, that's kind of the basics of being a musician. So, and you have to, by listening to other players and paying attention to what's going on around you, that will bring the best, you know, out of you being a musician, because some people are just playing for themselves. You know, you're just doing chops, you're just doing displays. You know, some people will care, but other people won't care about what you're doing because they don't feel the music. If you have to keep a pocket groove, like a nice 1 and 2, I mean 1 and I'll say 1 and 3, you know, and a kick, 2 and 4 on the snare with a quarter note going on the hi-hat. If that's what it takes, that's what you play. So it's like, to me, that's the basics thing.
Well, Richie, I admired that answer you gave us, and I could bow for discipline, because our interview was originally scheduled for 7, and we saw that you guys were setting up, and you took that pretty seriously, which is good in a musician. Which brings us to our next question. What do you think is the most difficult part in the music business?
To be when they selling copies of your products, whether it would be your film, whether it's your music, whether it's your painting, that's pretty bad. That's what's killing the industry to begin with.
Okay. What do you suggest a musician should learn about?
Well, you have to be kind of prepared. Like, I know school is very important for whatever you want to do, because life is pretty, I would say, computerized now. So you have to have some type of, you know, basics to do to be part of society nowadays. And you got to know what there is to know about your instrument, whatever it is that you play. And you have to respect other musicians playing with you. And you have to respect the public, the client, you know, and they're the one feeding you, they're the one putting the money in your pocket. So you have to have respect for them. You have to show up on time. You have to dress well, you know, whatever your style requires. So you have to be on top of your game. That's what I would say.
How do you cope with negativity from the fans and the media?
Well, we are very positive. I'm very positive, and I don't feel like negativity and positivity are two different things. I feel like they one. You know, the difference is the aspect. I mean, to me, every positive can have a negative aspect and vice versa. So it's like we tend to make it, to find the positive aspect to bring the best, you know, whatever happens to me or to England. However, I mean, negative it could be, we always try to turn the same thing around to make the best out of it. It's like good and bad. You know, your car broke down, everybody should feel bad for you, but not the mechanic, because that's where he makes his money. You know, you have somebody died in your family, everybody's crying, but not the funeral home. You know, it's like, it's a way to tell you, like, positive and negative, they're all together. It's the aspect, you know.
I know as a musician you're on the road often, so I'd like to know, me and the fans, how do you balance your life on the road and your personal life?
It's not easy, you know. That's why I usually say it's best that music chooses somebody instead of somebody choosing music. Because if you choose to play music, you might run after a few years, if you last that long. But if music chose you, you're gonna be all right. And make sure you know, I mean, your partner, whoever you're gonna be with, you know, that person has to really understand what's going on in the music business, because it's not easy. Look at me here, you know, on the 25th of December. So the best place to be now is with my kid and wife, but I can't. So it's like somebody has to understand that for you to keep it balanced.
What are the unexpected consequences that can happen to a musician?
Well, it's a very fragile secret. Anything can happen anytime. You know, time goes by when you play. When you can today you can be on top of the world, and tomorrow you might see yourself in a different situation. It's like, do the best you have to do, you know. Don't take anything for granted. That's what I learned in this business, because you never know. Because you might think you're shining and the next guy is right behind you. You won't see him, you know, and you have to be very wise, because when you're on top, if you're not wise, when you go down, because everything that comes up will go down eventually. When you go down, they're not gonna have respect for you. Okay. So you have to be wise and be the best that you can, and know what you're doing, stay on top of your game, practice a lot. You know, be your best. You know, when it goes away, you won't feel any bad, because you know you did what you were supposed to at the time you had given the chance to.
What personal quality do you think a musician needs to hold in order to hold on, to know that position, that it's your time to shine, you shine?
Being down to earth. People love that about musicians. When they can come to you, they feel like they're not scared to come to you and talk to you, especially the public. You have to give that aspect.
Okay. Can you tell me 3 things you enjoy about being a musician?
Well, being a musician, being a musician.
Okay.
Yeah, seriously, that's, you know, being a musician,
well,
music chose me. So that's what I was telling you earlier. You know, I love it because it's that part of you that comes alive, you know, whenever you're on the stage. There's no word to explain, and I'm not even going to try, because I'm going to waste your time.
Okay. How different is singing in a studio and performing in front of the public?
Big and huge and big and huge, because in the studio it's just you and the producer or the sound engineer, but in the club or in the park, it's you against the public. And I'm a shy guy. You know, behind the drums it's better, but whenever I have to be in the front, you know, during a show, it's not an easy thing for me.
How do you cope with step back in your career?
Well, you have to be ready for the worst, and then the best will come. You know, we started playing for tables and chairs, you know, and it was a good thing because we used to play as if we had a full house. You know, it's like a wise man by the name of Loubert Chancy. I was watching him playing, and it was like dancing and, you know, singing, you know, throwing his hands in the air like that. I'm like, it's kasha. To me, you don't need to do all that, you know. And after the show, I went to him and asked him why he was doing all that. It's nice, but the energy, where does he find it? Since it's already Loubert. And he told me, whenever you play, no matter how big you are, there's somebody there who's there to watch you for the first time. You know, so it's like you never know who's in the audience. So you have to give it your best. So whatever it is that goes wrong, we had plenty of that. We learn from these things, and they matured us, and they make us stronger and wiser somehow. It's like you need these steps back, because the way it is, you're gonna watch somebody in front of you and try to avoid their mistakes, but you're gonna end up making your own because somebody's in your back watching you to avoid your mistake, and it goes like a chain like that, you know. Steps back, you're gonna have them no matter what you do, you know, but laugh about them, find a way. That's what I do. But sometimes when they happen, you feel so bad. You want to do this, you want to do that, and 6 months later, you like, wow, you're laughing about it. It's like, man, that had to happen for us to be where we're at today. So that's how it is.
Well, if you had to live your life all over again, tell me one thing that you'll change.
Make sure that my mom would be alive now. You know, mom and dad would be alive, because they didn't live to see this, and they fought and worked so hard to get me where I am today. They don't get to enjoy it. So that I would definitely change. But anything else, I don't think I would do anything else.
Well, I'm sure they're here with you in spirit.
They have to be, because they promised they wouldn't leave me. You know, the body left, so I'm like, I'll take the body, because I understand how life operates, but that's why I was go with them. They have to be behind me every step of the way.
Definitely. Well, do you think there's something wrong with the Haitian music industry? And if so, how would you change it if you were in a position to do so?
There's a lot wrong, you know. It's a mentality. We need to educate ourselves in order to educate the people, you know. And we need a structure, and it's the base. We cannot structure the business in the States. We have to do it in Haiti. I feel like the music is what we have to show to the world. So we should make it part of our constitution, you know, back in Haiti. It's not, they don't take it as serious. That's what we have as traffic, you know. We used to have the sport, but kind of died, you know. We're still striving with the soccer thing, but it's not really working. But the music, you have more groups traveling here and there, bringing the culture to other people, and yet in Haiti you feel like there's nothing done. The public, when you say you're playing somewhere, they come. When you say you're selling the CD, they try to buy it. So you cannot, you have nothing to blame on the public. We have to blame it on the government. You know, they're not doing their job when it comes to the music thing. And the media can do better, you know, and they know that. So again, it's structure. They're striving, you know, to survive. So it's like you have to go from the basic. You have to go from one. You have to go from A. So that's the thing. It's like understand everything that's going on, and however we're gonna sit and discuss it, we're still gonna go back to one and to A because we don't have one in A. So that's a problem.
Okay. Is there a special event, project, or organization that you would like to promote in this interview?
Well, we have Le Prix du Roi. When I say we, since I was part of it this year, I received that in Cape Haitian where they had a statue made of Richie for me.
Wow.
And I had the key of town from the mayor and all that good stuff. They tend to do it yearly. For what we do daily, I think we should receive this kind of, I mean, more than one prize. But they're doing it, and it had to start somewhere, and started in Cape Haitian. Loisir Plus is the organization behind it. So next year they're gonna have another artist being Wa. So that, I think we need these things. And my friend is trying to put together Compound Broadway in New York. It's like an award show that will, you know, encourage the artists to do better. It's like, it's not easy being an artist. And it's 10,000 times harder being a Haitian artist. So now, when you have these kind of things, it's like, it's a way for the public to come to you to tell you not to give up, to keep going, you know. When you have a trophy at home, it's like, oh my God, I've dealt with hell this year working day and night. At least I have something, you know. Le Prix du Roi, Compound Broadway, are these two things. There are other organizations, other people trying to help, you know, but these two are the main, you know, thing to look for.
Thank you very much, Richie. Well, for the audience, Richie also made a song for deforestation in Haiti, and we think that was very good, and we like to have your feedback and why you had made the CD and why did you think it was so important to you?
Because the country is greener now. Because they're cutting less and less trees because it's profitable, because greener means life, greener means water, you know. The rivers are not drying, and you know, it's helping the country a lot. And if it's positive, you know, if I have a way to be behind it, I'm gonna do it, because I want to be behind any positive things, you know, things that are profitable for our community, for our country. I'm all for that.
Well, thank you, Richie. It was a pleasure having you.
The pleasure was all mine. Thank you very much. And, you know, Merry Christmas to you guys and Happy New Year. All the good stuff, all the good stuff. We need all the good stuff. Health, wealth, we need wealth, because now it's the world, but when it's the world, it's 100,000 times worse in my country when we're talking about economy. So we need to grow, you know.
Definitely.
So we need all that. We need respect for one another. We need trust, because it's funny when people say to unite with other people. I cannot unite myself with you if I don't trust you. Some type of trust. It's like I'm not telling people to close their eyes, you know, but have some kind of trust, you know, you know, and love We need to love. I mean, we say it more than we do it. You know, loving each other could help us do wonders. You know, down there in Haiti, even in the Haitian communities. You know, in Boston, in New York, what have you. You know, so it's like we need these things. It's about time we stop saying it. I don't even want to say it now because I've heard it and I said it a lot.
That's why I write it in my book. We need to love ourselves before we say we love Haiti.
Exactly.
If we cannot show the world that we are in unity with ourselves, we love ourselves, we cannot say we love Haiti.
Exactly. We don't really love the country. I think we love ourselves. We don't love the country because whatever we do is we see our pocket first. We see our family first. Hey, the country is gonna be in trouble. Let me get my family abroad. Yeah. You know, it's instead of staying and help out.
Yeah.
So it's like everything that could help the country. The person that is there to, or should I say, who's there to help, won't, because that's how he makes his money. The blackout, the electricity problems in Haiti. I know some people who could work towards that problem to help, but they don't want selling the alcohol, the power stuff, you know. I'm lacking words here, but you see what I'm saying?
Yes,
it's
definitely.
Like
it's the panels.
The roads. It's like you have a little car, you're gonna smash it in a day. But some people could work towards that, but that's how they make their money. So you can say that you love your country if you're living like this, you know. Some people make money out of blackout because that's where they take advantage to go steal from people and stuff like that. You don't love your country.
Yeah.
You hate, as a matter of fact, you hate the country.
Yeah.
You know?
Because Haiti's interest should be interest for all of us. And if everybody's doing one thing, it's gonna work. But if one person is working for change, one person cannot do it alone.
Exactly. We have to do it together, and we can do it together, because it's a long story, man.
Well, I hope.
It's a long. We can do it together because there are things that we are doing in Haiti now. The people, Haitian people, we are a great country with great people.
Yes.
Because I was in Haiti less than 2 days ago. A solid blackout. I was going to the hotel, and the business people, they left all their merchandises by the road, untouched.
Yeah.
Untouched. You know, I was with a white Canadian. The guy was laughing, talking about, Richie, do you know what happened in New York back in, I don't remember when, there was like 3 hours of blackout. They vandalized all the stores and stuff like that, and we're going down Del Mar, and the stores were closed, and it was peace and quiet. You know, it's like, you know, we can do things. We are doing things already that we don't even know. We have a country of over 10 million of people, and probably we have 6,000 policies. Nowhere in the world you can live like that. Yeah. So it's like we're good people. We're just in bad situations, and we make bad decisions, you know, to save ourselves, because that's how it is. Surviving mode, that's what they say. Haiti is on surviving mode, so they do whatever to survive, but it's not like we're bad people. Haitians, we're the greatest.
Well, we are surely hope so, and in the future, it will get better. By us getting together, your interview, we got Sweet Mickey's interview, we are all in the best interest of our country. It is our home, and surely something good will happen.
We are voicing, and the more people hear, and the more the words, I mean, I'm not a politician, but I told somebody the other day, you don't have to be a politician